Hello folks, welcome to another one of my old League of Legends video uploads from Season 1. This is video number 86, Annie Forgot Her Shoes, from a team ranked game originally recorded on May 27th, 2011. Enjoy! Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Annie. This is taken from a ranked game with teams of 5, so what I've given you here is a picture from the setup screen so you can see both my team and the pick order as well as the bans. I believe that we had first pick, which meant that the other team had first ban, so you can see that Nocturne was first ban, then Evelynn, Alistar, and then Amumu last. As far as our team comp, you can see I'm playing with Speaker, I'm playing with Mookie, I'm playing with Metallion, who uses the username Noobstar for League of Legends, and also pseudonym. And because I don't play ranked mode very often in League of Legends, in fact this is only the third ranked game that I've done, I don't have a rating yet, and so I am the last to pick. Now I'm going to go off of this screen and we're going to check out the loading screen next. Here you can see the team that we're matched up against, as well as all the summoner choices that everyone's taken. You can see we're matched up against a Twisted Fate player, a Warwick player, a Singed player, a Vayne player, and a Katarina player. And I don't know any of these people because, as I've said, this is a ranked game, and so we're matched up against random opponents. Anyway, so here now we're going to get started with the game. In terms of the laning assignments, we are going to have me take the top lane as Annie. Even though I'm the lowest, officially the lowest person on our team in terms of ELO rating, that's in large part due to the fact that I've never played any of these games. So hopefully I will do my best not to screw this up for the rest of the team. So you can see playing as Annie. In the middle lane, we are going to have Metallion's Ashe playing in middle, I believe. Then in bottom lane, we're going to have pseudonyms Blitzcrank and Speaker Shen. And finally, we're going to have Mookie jungling with Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao, not all that common of a jungler, but you will see him occasionally as a jungler in these games. As far as the enemy team, we weren't entirely sure what they were going to do. We expected that they would probably have Twisted Fate and Vayne solo, but as it turned out, they would actually do something a little different, but I'll talk more on that later. Anyway, we are going to look to level 1 fight here. We think we have a pretty strong level 1 team because we have a Blitzcrank. If Pseudonym can hit on a Blitzcrank grab, we think we can win a level 1 team fight. So that is why I have taken Incinerate as my first skill as Annie. And so right now I've been trying to charge it up. That has drained most of my mana because I didn't stand at the fountain to charge it up. I didn't realize we were going to do that. But now it's all charged up, so I've got my stun. So if we can land a taunt, or if we can land a grab, and there we go. Speaker goes in to get the taunt on their Vayne player, but Vayne going to hit the knockback on her, her condemn, and then we're going to miss on the grab with pseudonym Blitzcrank. So we were really close to getting a stun on one of their players, but unfortunately we're not able to hit that. So we just barely missed out. Speaker was very frustrated at the time. He had the taunt perfectly, but apparently Vayne was able to get off the knockback right as he was in the midst of taunting, and so that prevented the taunt from going off. And I think we would have killed their Vayne player otherwise. You can see their Vayne player only has a regrowth pendant, not anything that adds to health or survivability. So anyway, now we're going to stick around here. We realized if we're here, we might as well try to deny them their blue right here at the start of the game. So that is going to set back the enemy team's jungler a bit. You can see they have... Who is jungling for them? They have Warwick jungling, so it's probably not going to set him back that much. Oh, by the way, notice that Warwick is jungling without Smite, which is really not a good thing to do. But he is going to be jungling without Smite. There we have a little bit of a failed leash as well. You can see that Mookie, it got reset, and so Mookie had to go back in again, and it's going to take him a little longer to finish this off. Also, Mookie's pretty vulnerable right now, so that was just a problem with the leash for some reason. Don't know exactly why that happened, but oh well. Did go down. So here in mid, we have Metallion's Ashe against this Vayne player, Keyboard Cats, and of course, because this is the League of Legends replay client, which is unofficial, you can see the health bars get really buggy. Down in bottom lane, they're going to have their Twisted Fate, which surprised us. They're going to have Twisted Fate Singed down in bottom lane against Shen Blitzcrank. We were a little surprised by that. We expected Twisted Fate to be soloing, and then up in top lane is going to be this Katarina, who started with Doran's Shield, a little unorthodox. I mean, a fair starting item for Katarina, but not something you see that often against me playing as Annie. In terms of the ELO ratings for this game, most players in this game are 1400 level, so just to give you an idea of sort of where we are in terms of the skill level of the people involved. And as I said, I don't have a skill rating because I haven't played enough ranked games yet. So anyway, here I am up against Katarina, as I said. Now I am at a disadvantage here early on because I was so late in getting to the lane. Remember, I was over here. It took me so long to walk over to top. That means that Katarina has a significant leveling advantage. She's level 3 and I'm only level 2, so she's a full level up on me. Now that advantage will decrease over time, but at least right here at the start, it's a big disadvantage. Also because I skilled Incinerate first, I couldn't take Disintegrate into level 2, which meant that I had to use auto attacks to farm there initially, which is not the easiest thing to do with Annie, although you can do it. So it's going to be a little difficult for me to farm up these minions because, as I said, low level, but I am going to get all this experience, and that's going to help out quite a bit. Tower was not focusing on the creeps I expected it to focus on, so they're doing my best, but unfortunately I'm going to miss a lot of these minions, just not in the right spot, and I'm a little late on that auto attack and missed that one, so that was not particularly well done. And you can see I only have 10 minion kills. Katarina only has 11. She really should be in front of me, but Katarina apparently missed out on some minion kills earlier. Now, right now, or I guess I should say a little bit about why, part of the reason why I wanted to do this game is, for those of you who don't know, Annie recently was buffed in the most recent patch. They took Annie and I guess officially it's a rework, but in reality, Annie pretty much just got a straight buff across all her skills. Now, Annie was already a good champion, but they just made her stronger, so I really wanted to start going back to playing some Annie again, because now that they buffed her, she's back to being one of the best champs in the game again, or best at least AP caster type champs. What they did was they increased the scaling on her Q, her Disintegrate, and also on her W, her Incinerate. These two skills had really low ability power ratios. I think that they were both like 0.6 or 0.55. I think one was 0.55 and one was 0.6, and that's quite low compared to compared to a lot of other champs that function similarly to Annie. Apparently, when League of Legends first came out, those ratios were kind of common, but despite what Riot might claim, there is power creep going on in this game. That is, over time, the overall sort of strength of champions is slowly going up. So Annie, they felt, had to get buffed to compensate for some of the newer champs who came out. So now they've increased the ability power ratios on two of her skills, and now Annie's Q and especially her W scale much better into the late game. Anyway, Mookie is over here for a gank. That's why I'm not using my skills, because you can see I have my stun queued up and ready to go. But I actually am getting a lot of, well, a fair amount of last hits here. But when Katarina backed off and I saw a whole nother minion wave coming, I decided, well, I'll just go ahead, cycle through my skills again. Otherwise, I'm just going to miss too much farm here. So there we go. You can see I've already just about cycled through back to Annie's stun again. I'm already on the third spell proc. Oh, one other nice thing they did in a recent patch, I don't think it was this one, I think it was the patch before it, but they changed the indicator here, the Pyromania icon, so that it lights up when you get to your stun, when your stun starts up. Really nice. Before that, it was difficult to tell sometimes when your stun was up, because it was the same graphical indicator for your stun being up and also having being 5 casts away from your stun, so it wasn't that helpful. Anyway, Mookie has spent a lot of time standing here, which isn't that great. He probably should just be off jungling, but in any case, we are trying to set up for this gank here. You can see I have my stun up, just sort of waiting for an opportunity here to use this. But right now, I have hit 6, so now that's sort of the signal to go in. I want to flash, use Tibbers to get a kill here. So let's see, can I do it? There's the flash, there's the Tibbers, there's Incinerate, Disintegrate, there's the Ignite. Now, can we just manage to finish this off here? And we really should be able to. There's the Incinerate, but Mookie gonna go out here. And again, notice what I did. I forgot to click on that Katarina player with Tibbers, so we are actually going to go 1-for-1 there, and that was really poorly done. No way on earth that should have been a 1-for-1. That should have been an easy kill on our part, so I really messed that one up. And the big problem there was, as I said, just I needed to alt-click with Tibbers to get Tibbers to go in. If you notice, Tibbers just kind of stood there and did nothing. Even if Tibbers didn't get in any auto attacks, just his Sunfire Cape Aura would have done enough damage to kill that Katarina, and then I would have been fine and I wouldn't have died. So anyway, not a good play there by any means. That was really poorly done on my part. As I said, I certainly do make plenty of mistakes, but hadn't played Annie in a while and just got the mechanics wrong, unfortunately. The gank itself was done correctly, but the execution was not too good. Now, anyway, they have sent the Vayne player up here for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe they just wanted Vayne up here, or maybe Vayne just wanted to get that farm, I guess, or something like that. Not exactly sure why, but in any case, for whatever reason, now I seem to have gotten a little bit of an experience edge on this Katarina. I'm not exactly sure why that is. Maybe she doesn't have the 9 points in the experience masteries in the utility tree. That could be it. I'm not 100% sure why it would be otherwise, because Mookie was up here and he was taking some of my experience. So why I have this edge, I'm not exactly sure. But I do have a bit of a leveling edge now, so I'm going to use it. Although Katarina has just hit 6 and picked up her ultimate, so I'll have to be aware of that. But overall, I was pretty happy with how this lane was going early on. Katarina was pushing the lane, and as such, she was missing a fair amount of creeps. Now, one thing I wanted to try to do in this game, didn't really do that well, was when Katarina shunpoed in, like to use that as an opportunity to harass. I don't think I did that all that well all the time, but in any case, right there, cycled through to my stun. So right now, my stun's up. If Kat comes forward, I'm going to try to hit her. And like right there, so there she is. She's going to shunpo and going to use that to get in some harass. Going to get in a Disintegrate Bolt, an Incinerate Blast, and then also an auto attacker too. And so here she goes. She's going to use her Death Lotus on me right here. And I am going to take a fair amount of damage, but not going to be enough to kill me. And since I have all these health pots, I'm just going to play defensively and let them heal me up in lane. Right here, I'm looking for a chance to engage. If I had been fast there, I could have gotten in my Tibber stun. Like, I really probably should try to use it here. You can see I've got Tibbers up, got Ignite back up again, and should be able to kill her here. But apparently I was a little slow on the reaction speed here. That Cat is giving me plenty of opportunities to go in and get her here. And for whatever reason, I just was too slow to take advantage of them and should have done a much better job of that. So not my best stuff here. And again here, this is holding on to your stun in the hopes of using it against Katarina. But there I decided that I had to use it for farming. So there we go. Okay, in terms of how other lanes are going, well, I'll try to take a look at them in a minute here. There's an Ash Arrow coming in from middle lane. Nice call. And here Speaker decided to ult in, so we're going to engage. So there's the Tibbers ult. There's the stun, or there's the taunt from Speaker. And that's going to be a pretty easy kill. Usually, though, you want to use Shen ult defensively, not offensively. We do use it offensively there in order to get a kill. But in reality, that wasn't good play on my part. That Katarina was playing too aggressively. In all honesty, I should have been able to just get the kill on my own. I shouldn't have needed to call in a Shen ult in order to get that kill. So I think that was something else. Could have done better there. But in any case, we did get the kill. Now we're going to push this tower here with 2 in lane. The only thing is Pseudonym has to hold that bottom lane for the moment. The enemy team is going to push that pretty hard, but hopefully he can just tower hug there and he'll be okay at the moment. Anyway, Warwick has come out to try to defend this here. You can see Mookie is coming in, and we're trying to harass him, get in some extra damage, but he does have his Hungering Strike. Anyway, now here comes Twisted Fate. He's going to ult in here to top lane. I don't think that this is really all that dangerous, though. You can see Mookie's going to be able to get out of it, and I guess they just wanted to push us back and get us away from that tower there. So anyway, pretty successful up top. We scored a kill. We got some damage in on their tower. Went pretty well overall. And, oh, here comes Vayne down here. You can see Mookie and Speaker run into that Vayne, but doesn't look like that's going to turn into an engagement. And I would have gone back to base there, but I realized that with Twisted Fate and Warwick and also Katarina coming back to the lane up top there, that I was going to need to stick around here. Otherwise, a big minion wave was going to push my tower, and I didn't want to miss out on that experience. Anyway, Katarina, you can see, came down here in mid, and they were able to score a kill on Mookie right there. And so you can see there's actually 3 of them in mid right now. But that is going to give me the chance to free farm up here in top lane, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Anyway, 3 in mid, 2 of our team in mid. You can see Pseudonyms coming up to mid as well to try to help out just because their team is sending so many people. And I'm just going to be farming up here in top lane in the meantime. Okay, in terms of overall farming stuff, you can see I have 65 minion kills. That is actually most in the game at this point in time, so that's pretty good there. You can see Metallion's doing pretty well with 58. Maybe should be a little bit higher, but he and Vayne are pretty even in there. You can see 58, 52. Vayne does have the 1 kill on there. I'm 2-1 here. I'm going to flash in. There's Tibbers, Disintegrate, Incinerate, and apparently my Ignite was still on cooldown, so I guess I probably shouldn't have gone in there, but I thought I might have a chance to burst down that particular Katarina. Wasn't able to, but I was able to harass her out of the lane, and now I'm just going to sick Tibbers on her again. You can see I have my stun up, but I'm not going to be able to chase her down, and the reason for that is she has level 2 boots, and I haven't even picked up the starting boots yet, so she's much faster than me at the current moment. So not going to be able to chase her down, even though I did have that stun queued up. And of course I used my flash to go in there. But with Katarina spending so much time out of lane, you can see 70 minion kills to 38 for Katarina. So I'm getting a pretty big farming edge here. And as long as Tibbers is around, I can continue to harass with him. Anyway, got a kill in bottom lane down there. We're able to get that Twisted Fate. I don't know if that was a Blitzcrank grab or not. Not 100% sure, but anyway, I'm getting in a lot of damage on this tower from pushing the lane and getting in a lot of farms, so pretty happy with how the game's going, even though I've made some mistakes. Here, though, I do make a rather big error. I pick up a needlessly large rod, and then I pick up a sight ward and more health pots. Now, that might not look so bad, but think about it. What did I forget to pick up on that buy? Yeah, I forgot to pick up any boots on that buy, so that is a really silly mistake. I still have no boots, and this is way too late in the game to be running around with no boots. You can see my movement speed is pathetically slow. It's only 319, and you can just see how slow I am walking back to this lane. So picking up the needlessly large rod, a good decision, but I could have picked up rod and boots. I think if I either waited for like 20 more gold, I could have done that. So that is what the buy should have been. Even if that meant going without a ward. Running around with no boots is really bad because it's so easy for people to chase you, and you can't chase down anyone else. So really not worth it here. You can see I've got my stun queued up. I'm still looking to go in on this Katarina, and then I decided there I would back up, use it for farming instead of trying to go in there. So anyway, there we go, and now I've almost got my stun ready again. Anyway, in the rest of the game, we're kind of going even right now. I wouldn't say that either team has all that big of an advantage. So there we go, gonna pop on that stun, pop on that shield. There's the stun, disintegrate, and looks like I wasn't able to get close enough to incinerate, but I did get in some pretty good damage on that Katarina. If I can get in maybe one more combo, I should be able to burst her down with my Tibbers. So anyway, trying to set her up for that, trying to get close enough to use that. And hopefully we'll see if I can be able to do that here. Anyway, there we go. So now one away from my stun. And let's see, there we go. Now stun is queued up, and so that means I can now play aggressively in this lane against this Katarina player. Kat doesn't have any magic resist, so she's pretty vulnerable to me. Looks like she might have a little bit from defensive defensive mastery spec, but that's about all I can say there. So anyway, just about ready to go here. I think I'm looking to engage here in a second. There's the shield, so there we go. There's the incinerate disintegrate combo. So that's going to take her down to about half. And if I can just do if I can get up my stun one more time, I should be able to go in with Tibbers and should be able to get a kill. Especially because now I'm level 11 and I've been able to put another point in my ultimate. And my flash is just about ready to cool down too, so I should be able to flash ult combo here, just waiting for a chance to set it up. And there we go, now we've got stun up, and all I need to do is get into the right position here to be able to try to get this cat. So let's see if I can be able to pull this off. I am doing a little bit of zoning here, by the way, for anyone who saw that zoning XP denial video. This is sort of how you can do it with the mage. And, oh, right there, trying to get that minion. And there we go, gonna flash, and there's the Tibbers ult. Incinerate, disintegrate, there's the ignite, and Kat's gonna blow her ult. Or she's gonna blow her flash, but she's still gonna die. So, was able to get that kill. Sorry that was a little tortured and drawn out. If I had more practice with Annie, I could probably do that a little bit sooner. The problem is I just haven't played too much Annie of late, so it was a little bit torturous getting that set up. Anyway, over here, there's a bit of a dragon fight going on. You can see going in on Twisted Fate there. Mookie's engaging. Speaker and Pseudonym coming in as well. Again, don't know exactly how this fight's going, unfortunately. I'm just going to push this tower. In the meantime, going to try to get top. Now, I see Warwick coming in here, and I wasn't too worried about Warwick initially. You can see he tried to ult me, but I was able to interrupt his ult with my stun. However, Warwick has popped Ghost, and he's just continuing to go after me, and because I have no boots, he's able to chase me down and kill me like that. So that was another really silly death. If I had any kind of boots at all, I think I would have survived that, but because he had Ghost and boots and his blood scent, he was just fast enough to track me down. And otherwise he wouldn't be able to, otherwise I don't think he would have been able to kill me. So that was a bad death again, and I realized on this trip, I think I realized on this trip back, or no, I think I still haven't realized that I don't have boots yet, which is just incredibly stupid. The fact that I still haven't picked that up yet. So you can see here I am building my death cap, still have no boots in inventory. A really, really dumb decision. I just can't believe that I forgot about this while I was playing, but just for some reason, didn't click in my mind. Anyway, why do I do that there? Well, it's to charge through 2 of my spells to just get up to 2 on Annie's Pyromania count. If you get killed, you pretty much always should try to do that in base, so that if you are running and then there's a team fight right when you get up to lane, that you can have your stun ready to go. So you can see I've already charged up to 3, and I should be using my W one more time. I think, maybe not. We'll find out. But at the very least, I'm much closer to my stun than I would have been otherwise, and that's sort of the logic there. Anyway, in terms of the farming stats for the game, you can see we are out farming this enemy team. You can see we're at 108.98 for our 2 solos. Their 2 solos have 74.65, so we're decisively ahead there. Their team is ahead in kills, but we do have one tower down. We do have this tower down. up here on top. They haven't taken any of our towers yet. I don't know if anyone has taken a dragon. Wasn't paying super close attention to that part of the map. And right there, Mookie helps me take blue buff, which is very helpful. So kudos to that on Mookie. Instead of building any kind of cooldown reduction or mono regen, I'm going to rely on getting the blue buff frequently in this game. So that's just a certain type of playstyle I'm going to be going for. Anyway, there's the Chenault coming in to try to help out Metallion. And right here, Ash Arrow into Tibbers stun. And we are going to get in a lot of damage here. Going to go after that Warwick. Going to counter gank this. And that ended up going really well there. So that was some ults used in nice succession. We get the Shen ult to help save Metallion's Ash. We then get a nice Ash Arrow to get the stun into a Tibbers area of effect stun. And that is going to allow us to clean up those 2 kills on Warwick and Katarina very easily. And then off of that, we're going to come down here and take Dragon. And I believe that this is the first Dragon of the match. Not 100% sure, but I think it's the first one. So we should be able to take this. We saw Twisted Fate was up in top lane. You can see Vayne's over here mid. Not too worried. With 4 of us here, there's only 3 of them that can even come to Dragon because of the 2 of them that are dead. So that's going to go pretty successfully. I am now going to head up top here. While we were doing Dragon, you can see Twisted Fate is pushing top. Twisted Fate is building attack damage. You can see he's got the recurve bow. He's just stacking attack speed at this point in time. Now, he looks like he's going to be able to take down this tower before I can get up there, but what I can do is try to come in behind him and try to cut him off. You can see I'm cycling forward to that stun again. So we're going to try to cut off Twisted Fate and at least kill him as the price for taking this tower. So here we go. You can see I'm coming down. Metallion's cycling over here as well. And right now I just have to pop on my Molten Shield. So there we go. Now I've got the stun queued up. And let's see, can I get the... Oh, going to miss on that arrow, but going to flash and then get in Tibbers stun. And that's going to take down that Twisted Fate very, very easily right there. So he had a way to get that tower, but he didn't really have a way to get out after that. Alright, Vayne tried to come over, tried to help out, but wasn't able to be of that much assistance. So anyway, I'm still slowly lumbering around the map, still slowly walking around with no boots, if you can believe it. So anyway, we did lose top tower, so that pulls them even in towers, but right now we're going to try to push this middle lane a little bit, so going to see what we can do. One thing that Tibbers now does is Tibbers is really good at tanking towers now. He gets extra armor with each level up, so he's really good at tanking towers. Look at how he took like 3 or 4 shots there before he went down. And he only gets even more beefier as you increase the level of that skill. At level 3, he gets even more armor and magic resist, so he can tank tower shots even longer. I think he gets extra health too. Yeah, he gets extra health. Yeah, gains extra health, armor, magic resist, and attack damage for each rank. So once you hit level 16, especially, he can just sort of tank forever at those towers, and it is very helpful. Okay, as far as what's going on in the game right now, we sort of backed off from the latest period of engagement. You can see there's no dragon up right now. We do have Baron warded. We're trying to look at builds a little bit. You can see that Metallion's Ash has nearly finished his Infinity Edge, has the pickaxe, has the BF sword. Pseudonym Blitzcrank building Sheen, building Catalyst. Down here, you can see a fight coming in, Vayne going in and engaging with Speaker. Speaker trapped a little bit around here, so now we are going to try to get in here with the rest of the team, but this is where I'm going to make a bit of a mistake. You can see there's a team fight getting ready to come in, and I'm going to try to head down here, but again, no boots means I'm really slow at getting into the fight. So by the time I get here, the fight's going to be almost over. But anyway, you can see Mookie getting taken down first, trying to focus on this Vayne and trying to finish her off. You can see Pseudonym going to do a nice job. There's the exhaust. Speaker's going to get the kill here. Now we're trying to come in here. You can see I'm walking down here, going to get in a stun on Katarina, but I'm not going to be able to finish her off because she's going to get in that flash. And Warwick is going to score a kill on Metallion there. And right here, I make another bad mistake. Warwick is going to run right past me, and Warwick ran by me there and wasn't able to catch him. So again, if I had just stayed in the brush right there, would have been able to pick off Warwick, would have been another kill for us. But really the whole issue here is I'm just so slow at this point in time because I forgot to pick up those boots. Like, you can't go 22 minutes without picking up boots. It's pure noobery in this game to do something like that. And it was just a terrible mistake on my part that I forgot about it. And this was right here was when I realized that I didn't have boots because it was taking so long to walk from mid down to bottom. I was like, why is this taking so long? And then I looked at my items and realized, oh my goodness, I forgot to pick up boots of speed early in the game. So that's why it's taking so long. Anyway, we are going to get in some damage on this tower here between myself and Pseudonym. You can see he's popped his overdrive there, getting in some power fist. Going to use his silence to take out the mini wave. So can we finish this off before we manage to? Can we finish this off before that Singe player comes in? Yes, we are going to get down that tower. So it's going to be a second tower for us. Meanwhile, Warwick is just looks like Warwick is just suiciding here in mid in order to take this tower. So he is going to get that tower, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to finish him off. Yeah, so he just basically committed suicide to get that tower, and that's generally not a good idea in League of Legends to do that. Just because you hand the initiative to the other team for that period while you're dead. But oh well. He does have the Wit's End, does have the recurve bow, so I guess he's building Blood Razor after Wit's End. So anyway, now we have Sorcerer's Shoes, so hooray, now we're up to much better movement speed. We're up to normal movement speed now, and I also do have the Death Cap, so like I said, just building straight ability power in this game, not going to go for a more balanced approach. I'm just going to rely on my teammates to help keep me alive and try to get as much burst as possible since Annie is a mage burst champion. Mookie up here doing a nice job helping me get this blue buff, so very nicely done. Kudos to Mookie. Again, I have not built any cooldown reduction in my build beyond the 15% that I have from Runes and Masteries. So, unfortunately there, yeah, we lost the leash just briefly, and then when Mookie charges in, he takes the blue. So, oops, that was a bit of a mistake there. Oh well, not always perfect. Anyway, here we saw Vayne coming in here, so I'm gonna flash and I'm gonna get off Tibbers. I didn't have stun queued up though, so that's a bit of a mistake, and I am actually gonna get bursted down. But however, we are going to turn this into a successful gank. We killed Katarina, and now we're gonna go after this Vayne player. Mookie in perfect position, expecting that flash over the wall. There comes the Ash Arrow from Italian, and we're gonna clean up that kill. So I was not expecting two members of their team to be right there, so it looks like it was a good thing we gave that blue buff to Mookie anyway, since I would have just died and handed it to their team. So we turned that into a 2-for-1. We definitely come out ahead there. If I had my stun queued up, then we probably could have won that without losing anybody, because then my Tibbers would have stunned both of them, and then I could have gotten out of that. But unfortunately, I didn't have stun queued up because I had just been using my skills on the golem over here, so that was a little bit unfortunate. Okay, anyway, I have picked up some wards, and now I'm cycling through skills. Once again, you can see pop the Incinerate, pop the Molten Shield. Over here, Twisted Fate got caught a little bit out of position. We were trying to go in on him. We are getting ready for a dragon fight, because I believe dragon is about to come back up. That's why we're sort of heading over here. And yep, there it is. You can see we knew that dragon would be respawning because we had killed it 6 minutes earlier. So there we are. We're heading over here. One problem is Tibbers is unfortunately still on cooldown because I used it when I got ganked in that last engagement there. So Tibbers not going to be up. Will have my other skills up and ready to use though. Can pop on my stun at any point in time. Here, let's see, throwing down wards. So you can see I tossed down a ward there and a ward there, or somebody tossed down a ward there. So we had vision if they were going to try to come in and fight us at dragon. They did not come in to challenge us there. So we were able to score our second dragon of the match. And even though they score in kills is very even, we have a pretty good farming edge. You can see our champs are definitely more farmed in terms of our solos especially. And the other thing is we have an advantage in global gold because we have taken down these neutral buffs. Anyway, here we have another engagement coming in. I unfortunately miss on the Tibbers stun. Not well done there. Was back up. Anyway, here we're going and we're focusing on Warwick, but Vayne is in the back. I was trying to get to her, but wasn't able to do too much damage. We're still trying to focus on that Vayne, but this engagement did not go well for us. We missed on the initiation. We tried to catch Warwick, but unfortunately, that meant that we weren't hitting their carries, and their positioning was just much better than us in the fight. So, I mean, we did kill Warwick, and we did manage to kill Vayne, but Katarina, Twisted Fate, untouched, and they unfortunately were able to ace us. I fought poorly in that battle as well. My Tibbers stun didn't hit anyone. I believe it went like right in between 3 people, so that's poorly done on my part, as I said. When you're playing as Annie, your role in the team is to get off that great big area of effect stun with Tibbers, and I didn't do it, so they aced us 5-2 in kills in that fight, and that's also going to turn into 2 towers to them. They're going to take this bottom lane tower and also take this middle lane tower, so that was a huge setback for us. We were pretty comfortably ahead, I think, at that point in this game, and then that has really put the enemy team right back into this game again. So this game has really tightened up considerably. And if we lose another fight like that, we're probably going to start losing inhibitors, and then things will get really bad. So we have to be very careful to make sure that that doesn't happen. You can make some mistakes in this game and get away with it, but you just can't lose too many fights like that where you'll end up getting too far behind, and it'll be too difficult to come back. Anyway, right now, the next thing that we are going to have to be thinking about is trying to be thinking about a Baron fight, because that will presumably be the next big target. You can see we've passed the 25-minute mark. That's usually when Baron starts coming into play, or around the 25-minute mark. So I'm going to come up here, going to throw down a ward just to make sure we have sight. We are going to push back these lanes, and then we're going to look to at least hang around Baron, hang around that top part of the map. It's important that we not get caught out of position. Here, Singed running around and just poisoning the creeps. Not going to do too much. Not going to turn into engage there. Twisted Fate is ulting down into bottom, but Mookie is going, or excuse me, Metallion is going to hit him with an Ash Arrow, and Speaker ulted in to give him that damage shield. And that was just a bizarre decision by their Twisted Fate to ult in and try to 1v1 against their Ash player. I mean, look, Metallion has Infinity Edge and Zeal in addition to Endurance Blade. Twisted Fate has Stinger and Pickaxe BF sword. I mean, yeah, he's just not as strong. Granted, he has an enormous amount of attack speed. He's got attack speed out the wazoo, but with Ash Arrow then plus a whole lot of damage meant not going to be able to catch up. So anyway, with that pick on Twisted Fate, we decided we would come over here and try for this Baron, at least bait this Baron, wait to see if they were coming or not. We figured that with Twisted Fate not there, and remember, Twisted Fate just used his ultimate, so he's not going to be able to ult in. We thought we'd have a good chance to be able to take this Baron, and let's see, we get it down. There we go, we're going to take that Baron. Katarina is going to ult in, but nice silence from Pseudonym. Going to silence that Katarina ult immediately. Now we're going to focus on that Vayne player. Can we finish her off? Unfortunately, I hit Singed by accident on the stun. I was actually trying to hit that Vayne player, but in any case, we are going to get Vayne. Now we are chasing Singed, but I mean, he's Singed once he pops his ultimate and goes dashing off. You're not going to chase him down. So we're going to be content to score the 2 kills plus Baron. And now once again, the initiative is passed back to our team. So we're going to go for this tower, and look who's tanking it for us. Nice job, Tibbers. Way to tank that tower. And we're going to get that tower, and from here, I believe we're just going to back and try to back out, spend some of the gold that we've earned, and then look to push again while we still got this Baron. I'm going to come over here, try to do blue buff. I am very low on mana, unfortunately. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go back, almost out of mana. Even with the Baron mana regen, I still don't have that much. 46 per 5, I mean, that's a pretty good amount, but with at the rate that I'm burning through stuff on my spells, I do go through that pretty quickly. So I'm going to come over here and try to get this blue buff. Pseudonym going to come over and help me out here a little bit. Annie with her auto attacks will take down Baron, or not Baron, will take down Golem eventually, but not exactly a quick process. So anyway, there we go. And let's finish off the little lizards, and then we'll go back to base. All right. So on this trip back to base, you can see I already have Rabadon's Death Cap. That's the first item I finished. I believe that I turned this Catalyst into a Rod of Ages on my second item. So yep, there we go. We're at the 30-minute mark. I think that the game will go about 10 more minutes, so I should get the maximum number of growths on Rod of Ages. And at this point, Rod of Ages is at least a little bit of a defensive item. Will give me some health, give me some mana, give me a good amount of ability power. Other than that, though, I'm really not building anything defensive. You can see I don't have any magic resist, so I'm thinking that my next item probably going to be a Banshee's Veil in order to get some kind of magic resist. I can live with 73 armor. I really can't live with 30 magic resist for too long in these games. So anyway, very squishy. I'm very squishy right now. I basically just built straight ability power thus far. Basically no survivability. I don't have Merc Treads. I do have Sorcerer's Shoes. I thought if the game went on long enough, I might get one of the new Tenacity items, probably Moonfire Spellblade. So we'll see how things go. If the game goes long enough, I might have a chance to pick that up. Here are the scores for the game. You can see nobody on our team is sort of running away with the game. We're all right around sort of even in kills and deaths. You can see 3-2, 3-5, 4-2, 3-2, 4-4. So nobody is really carrying the team, and nobody is really crippling the team either. We're just sort of all hanging in there. And I don't know, you normally don't see that in this game. Normally you see sort of higher discrepancies. Anyway, Metallion, though, in a lot of trouble here. You can see he got tossed by Singed and then sort of forcing an engage that we didn't really want. We are going to take down that Katarina, but this wasn't really the fight that we wanted. Anyway, there we go. Going to pop down that Vayne right there. And just taking a lot of damage here. Again, I'm going to get CC'd here, and then as soon as I get hit with that crowd control, I'm going to go down. So really the problem there was Metallion just got caught rather needlessly by that Singe. He just wasn't paying attention there, and that forced the initiation on a fight. Once he got caught, we had to go in to support him there. We couldn't just let him die. So we're going to go 2 for 3 there. They scored 3 kills to our 2, so not really what we wanted. With us having Baron, we really had the advantage there. Anyway, there's a toss, and now Speaker and Pseudonym doing a nice job defending the base here. You can see there's the silence coming in from Pseudonym's Blitz. There's his Mana Shield. They are going to score a kill on Twisted Fate, so they're going to go 1 for 1 there, but in terms of defending this base, that's pretty good here. I mean, remember, the whole goal here is just to defend this tower. Now, can Speaker get away from that Warwick player? And is Warwick going to live? Oh, 5 HP on Warwick. Going to make it out with 5 hit points. So that's pretty lucky on his part. Just barely managing to sneak out. But overall, huge props to Speaker and Pseudonym. I mean, they saved that tower from going down. I mean, going 1 for 1 in that situation is a great exchange. You can notice the tower didn't even take any damage. It took 32 damage out of 2,500 health. So they defended that just about perfectly, I think. I mean, well, perfectly would have been not having anyone die, but they did do a really nice job in saving that. So kudos to them on a job well done. That helped us out enormously. Anyway, Baron has run off, so we've lost our Baron buff. The game is once again back to being kind of even again. You can see 20-19 in kills. As far as their team is concerned, we have to be most concerned about their Vayne and their Twisted Fate players. Twisted Fate just because he does have a ton of attack speed and he has a fair amount of attack damage. Here's his ult popping in. So they know we're at Dragon, but we figured they couldn't get here in time to stop us, and indeed they couldn't, so there we go. Their Vayne player also doing a lot of damage, Infinity Edge and Sheen on their Vayne player, so nice job there. And their Katarina player, you might think that we'd have to worry a lot about Cat, but Cat not really having that great of a game. Does have Ryle Eyes, does have the Hextech Revolver, but Cat just not having that great of a game. So really, it's more about Vayne and Twisted Fate. Anyway, they're going to take that blue buff. I think that we were trying to get it on me, but it ended up on Metallion instead. Oh well, not the worst thing in the world to have Ash Valley spam. It isn't the worst thing. Anyway, over here, minion wave pushing here. Didn't think that we could really do that much. You can see Pseudonym is lurking in the brush, but we're not really with him here. So even though he could have hooked that Katarina, we just weren't in position to take advantage of it. So we had to back out there. But we're doing a good job of keeping the lanes pushed. We still do have, I would still say that we have a bit of a farming edge. It's less of an edge now. You can see I haven't been taking that many minion kills recently. That's because in late game, Annie has to walk around with her stun queued up, and she can't just sort of fire off her spells nearly as often. So this will often happen when you're playing Annie in late game. You will have all these minion kills in the early game, and then when you get to the team fighting phase, you stop getting all those minion kills because you have to walk around with your stun ready. So anyway, that's a bit of what's going on there. So we just decided to back off here. Not that much going on. Let's just back off, try to build some more items. And there we go. There's the Negatron Cloak. So that's going to get me at least into the respectable range on Magic Resist. I still won't last long if people focus me, but like I said, 78 is a lot better than 30, where at 30 I just melt instantly the anytime I take any magic damage. So now at least I have a little bit of a chance. So anyway, Speaker split pushing with Shen, as you would expect. The rest of us going to stay mid here, going to try to defend this. Their Vayne player coming forward pretty aggressively here, so we were looking to maybe try and engage here. And indeed, there we go. Going to get the Ash arrow to initiate, and right there, I was going to drop Timber Stun, but Vayne actually died before I could even get it off. So right now, continuing just to go in the fight. Going to go in on this Cat right now because she's the most exposed. So there we go. Going to get that kill. Next, I'm trying to take down this Singed right here, and their Warwick and Singed were kind of going in on me pretty aggressively. So they are going to score the kill on me there. But we're going to go 4 for 1 there in that fight. And that was a clear win for our team. Very nice initiation by Metallion on that Ash arrow. Ash is not a great champion in the early laning portion of the game, but man, once you get to this late game, when you need someone to initiate, there are a few things better in the game at initiating than those Ash arrows. Anyway, Pseudonym got a tank here on the tower for us. He probably could back off here and just let the minions tank it, but we're going to get that one. And Twisted Fate's the only champion still alive here, so with 4-on-1, we should be able to just dive him at this tower and get this. You can see there was some dispute here. Speaker wanted to go do Baron, and the rest of the team wanted to come and push this. In all honesty, going for Baron is the safer play. We really probably should go for Baron here, because now notice what's going to happen. Now the whole enemy team has revived, and this opens up a play. Now the enemy team can revive, and they can all run straight to Baron. So that is a very... It opens us up to be countered at Baron, basically, by going for that tower. So going for Baron would have been a much safer play there. And indeed, we probably should have done that. Now notice what's going to happen here. We're all heading over in this direction. And you can see the Twisted Fate ult coming in. And look, Twisted Fate's just going to ult here right into the middle of our team. He's going to get in a gold card stun on Mookie, but a little bit of a bizarre use of that ult. Not really sure why he would just ult in there. And now the enemy team is doing exactly what they should do. That is, we just all pushed, and now we have to heal. So they're going to use the time while we're healing to go for this Baron. So this is really dangerous time for us. You can see Pseudonym and Metallion have not had a chance to heal, but we're going to have to challenge this anyway. You can see Baron's getting pretty low. So here we go. We're going to have to go in here, and let's see if I can get off a good Timber Stun. And there we go. Going to get it off on that Katarina. So we're going to burst her down. They do take Baron, so that's not good. But we are focusing their team. We're trying to get on this Vayne. You can see Vayne in the background. Warwick going to ult in there, but we exhaust Warwick. And there we go, going to get a double kill there. Now the only one still up is that Singed player, and we've got a lot of stuns. We've got the Ash arrow continuing to kite. Speaker getting off the taunt. I just need to hit maybe one more stun and we can finish this guy off. But unfortunately, not going to be able to chase him down, so he is going to make it out of there. So we lose Pseudonym. We go 4 for 1, but they did take Baron. Of course, we still come out ahead there. Now we're going to be able to push, and we should be able to get this inhibitor, but it was a very risky play. That fight could have gone disastrously badly for our team. We really probably should have just gone and done Baron earlier instead of going for this central tower here, just because, as I said, we put ourselves in a very risky spot. If the other team could have gotten Baron and then aced us if that fight had gone a little bit differently. We were able to get off a lot of good area of effect. Anyway, Singed going to toss me. Not really that dangerous because Singed is built 100 almost entirely straight tank. His only offensive item at all is Rod of Ages, so he can't really do that much damage, but he is super tanky, so we're not going to kill him. And in any case, now their team's reviving. You can see they're all back up again, so we're just going to try to walk out. And here comes the Twisted Fate ult. He's going to ult right into the middle of our team again, as expected. So let's wait for it. And there it is. We knew he was going to be coming. I get off the stun on Singed, and wow, look how fast Twisted Fate went down. Just ulting in the middle of the team, and then all those knockups on Singed. Unfortunately, he is going to kill Mookie, but that's still a 2 for 1. Twisted Fate, a very aggressive play. I mean, even though we were injured, he was going into it was a 2-on-5 for their team. And even if people are injured, that's not really something you want to go into. We have a lot of disables on this team. You can see we're able to get off quite a few stuns and knockups and taunts on that particular engage, and that allowed us to win that. So their Twisted Fate has really put their team in a lot of trouble. If you notice, Twisted Fate just keeps dying, and then every time he's dead, he turns it into a 5-on-4 in our advantage for like the next 40 to 50 seconds. So anyway, here, who are we giving this blue buff to? I guess we're going to give it to Pseudonym. I guess that makes sense. Anyway, big minion wave on top. Speaker is going to clear that. The rest of our team is going to come over here. Speaker does have ult up, so he can ult into any team fight that we have. And again, with that Twisted Fate being dead so often, he's really making it difficult for his team to defend. We just keep pushing lanes. You can see mid's going to push because we have the inhib down. Bottom is now going to push with all these minions. Oh, here we decided we're going to back off and do Dragon. But after that, we're going to look to push. Oh, we wanted to back off because we didn't have Metallion's Ash with us because he had been killed in that last team fight. So we're going to back off, going to pick up this dragon here. And now once Metallion joins up with us, we are going to look to engage. You can see Baron is back up. Oh, over here, we caught sight on the Singed player. Don't want to initiate on Singed, though. Want to initiate on other members of their team, if at all possible. So here, you can see, trying to cycle through to my stun. I'm getting it queued up right there. Now my stun is ready. All I have to do is pop on that Molten Shield. And if I can just get in a good stun here into the middle of the team. There we go, right into the middle of that team. Going to blow up that Vayne. Nice Ash Arrow in from Metallion as well. Here comes Twisted Fate, so I'm going to switch to going on TF. He's going to straight 1v1 me, but I have Tibbers helping me out, and that is going to be enough to finish him off. Rest of the team still chasing, going after Cat, going after Singed. Katarina going to Shunpo into the middle of us. It's not going to work out, though. And now here we go. Going to miss on that grab. Singed is going to use he's using his ultimate, uses his flash, going to flash away. So we're not going to be able to chase him down, but Baron is back up again, and so we're going to break off from our pursuit of this Singed, who we're not going to be able to catch anyway. I believe that we're going to just do this top tower and then go for Baron. I think that that was what our plan was. Maybe it's not. I might be misremembering this game, but I think that's what we're going to go for. In any case, we do get that tower, and most of their team is still down for the next 25 seconds. So I guess we're going to go for this inhib instead. I guess we're going to try to go for that play instead of going for Baron. So in any case, here we go. We're going to push this, and Singed, the only one here, we can pretty much just ignore Singed. She can't really hurt us. Can't really do that much. Pseudonym is taking tower shots, but not that dangerous overall. So okay, we're gonna push this top lane, get the 2 towers top, get the inhib there, and then their team still reviving. I believe that now we're going to either back out and go for Baron or just go back to heal. Looks like we're going to just go back and heal here. And indeed, there comes the surrender vote. Going to fail on that one, but the enemy team looks like they're getting pretty demoralized. We are a long way ahead. We've destroyed most of their base with the 2 inhibs down. Going to be very difficult for them to come out of their base. I've now finished my Banshee's Veil, so that is going to give me a fair amount of survivability. I do have 2,800 health, so that, I mean, I'm not just going to completely die the first time someone breathes on me. Should have picked up an elixir, though. I really should have picked up a blue elixir just for the extra ability power and cooldown reduction. Oh, well. Anyway, the rest of the team, let's see. Speaker has Randuin's. He has Wriggles. He has Heart of Gold, not Heart of Gold, he has Sunfire Cape, Aegis, Wit's End. You can see Mookie has Ghostblade and Sword of the Divine, and then some tanky stuff. Pretty good stuff there. Now I'm going to pick up blue. Metallion has Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, and now Last Whisper, and building another BF sword right now. Twisted Fate using his ult. We're not sure where is Twisted Fate going to go. Oh, it looks like we it looks like somebody took Baron. Oh, that's right. Excuse me. All this talk about Baron, I forgot that the enemy team took Baron and we just hadn't cleared it. That's really silly of me. Anyway, Twisted Fate did go bottom, but now you can see Twisted Fate, Vayne are pushing bottom. So while they're bottom, the rest of us are going to try to push into the base here. And right now you can see Mookie up over there. We're going to send one person back. We're going to send Speaker back because he can ult into a team fight up here just to try to defend the base. So this is turning into a little bit of a base race here, but there we go. Going to get the knock up on that Singe. There's the stun from me, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to finish him off. He's doing a good job of getting out of these. And right there, they're continuing to attack in bottom lane, so they are making some progress on that inhib. But we have 4 champs here and super minions, and they only have 2 to try to defend this. So there we go. Warwick is going to engage right there, but we're going to blow him up. There's the Timber stun. Meanwhile, they are continuing to make some progress in our base, but we are making progress in their base. Now we're continuing. Can we finally get that singed? And yep, there we go. So now we've taken down the 2 Nexus turrets. All we have left to do is finish off the Nexus. We're down to 1 Nexus turret here, but Speaker is getting in a lot of damage on that Twisted Fate, and we're going to finish off right there. So we win the base race at the end. As you'd expect, because we were so much further ahead. So good game overall. And now let's finish it and look at the stats. Here you can see the final numbers for the game. I ended up 7-6-21, picked up a lot of assists at the end of the game in those team fights. Also picked up a couple of kills at the end. Overall, made a lot of mistakes in this game, particularly in the not buying the whole boots thing for the first 22 minutes of the game, which is just a horrible, horrible mistake. However, I was able to use Andy's ult pretty effectively in the team fights at the end, and I was reasonably happy with that. Was able to focus on targets. When I went back and looked at this replay, I didn't see myself firing off a whole lot of Andy spells into Singed or something silly like that. So I think I did reasonably well at the end of the game. And did well in the laning phase, just didn't buy the right items for the longest time, which was really silly. At the end of the game, this really turned into a carry by Metallion. You can see the 11 kills, 4 deaths, 16 assists at the end. Got most of the kills at the end of the game, but you know, that's kind of what you want. I mean, when you're playing Ashe, you're going for late game, and certainly once you have Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer, and another BF sword, you're going to be doing just an enormous amount of damage. Really well played by Speaker as well, 7-2-20. You can see the 7 kills, 2 deaths against 20 assists. Built tanky, but also had just enough attack damage to keep the other team honest, which is what you wanted. Had some nice Shen ults in there, and then nice support as well from Mookie and Pseudonym. I mean, I don't really remember too many awesome Blitzcrank grabs, but he got off some really good silences in the team fights. He silenced the Katarina ult on multiple occasions, and of course that interrupts Katarina ult, so that was really key in a lot of these fights. Mookie doing a good job of charging in and getting on the carries, which is what you want to do when you're playing someone like Xin Zhao. So anyway, you can see that not a lot of ranked games played here. That's why I still don't have an official rating. This was, as I think I said before earlier in this game, pretty much everyone in the game was 1400 ELO rating, so that's where this was in terms of skill level. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'll try to do more games. If I have more ranked stuff, I'll try to put it up. I don't play ranked that often because I don't like solo queue, but if I can get a pre-made team together, we'll see how things go. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel. So until then, I'll see you guys later.